So I'm going to try to explain to you how the system works. The first thing you have to remember is if you have a Cardo unit or a center unit, you need to connect the Africa Twins Bluetooth system and comm system to the headset unit. Do not connect or associate the headset unit with your phone. Okay. The second thing you need to do is you need to connect your phone directly to the Honda's Bluetooth system. All right. So don't associate your phone with the Cardo headset. Now, of course, this creates a few obvious issues, because what about if you have multiple bikes? Well, unfortunately, the only way to solve that is to have a dedicated unit for your Africa Twin. I happen to have an older Cardo set that I use for my other bikes, and I dedicated this Cardo PackTalk Pro to Africa Twin. So let's take a quick look at the menu and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I really love the Honda Africa Twin, but I gotta say, they've made the software on the bike just overly complicated. And my day job is actually software, so I kind of take this stuff pretty seriously. It all really starts with the switchgear. I mean, the switchgear alone is enough to make your head hurt. I mean, look at all those buttons. Where are you supposed to start? It's crazy. But I suppose you could say I like a good challenge. So I'm going to do my best to walk you through exactly how to get Apple CarPlay up and running on the Honda Africa Twin. So let's get to it. Okay, so obviously let's start by just turning it on. And it takes a little while for the LCD to crank on and tell you that it's ready to go. But once it does, and it does happen, you get the usual warnings. Now, first thing you need to do is hold down this button. When you hold it down, you'll see this screen. And using the D-pad here, we're going to go down to Settings, Enter, hit the Enter key, and you'll notice all the various functions here. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Bluetooth. Again, I'm going to hit Enter on there, or I could just touch the screen. I'm going to go to Phone Pairing, and we're going to add a device. Next, we're going to click on Add a Device, and it's going to search for available devices. Now, it's important that you make sure your phone, in my case, the iPhone, is in discovery mode. So let's do that also quickly. So on your iPhone, go to Settings and Bluetooth, and you'll notice a bunch of available devices here. I've got a ton of devices here, obviously. Now, what you'll need to do is make sure that you see the Honda motorcycle device. And when you click on that, you'll see a pairing request and a confirmation number. You want to make sure that this number, 047315 in my case, matches the number here as well. And if it does, click on Pair on your phone, allow favorite sync, and then you have to go and do the same thing here. Click Yes. Now that this is done, we just click back, clicking on this key here. And when we go to Phone, you'll notice that my phone is now connected. But that's just the Bluetooth on the phone connecting to the Bluetooth on the motorcycle. There's more work to do. Next thing we need to do is make sure we have a USB standard to USB-C plug at the ready and plugged into the front right hand here. Once that's plugged in, we'll need to plug this into the phone. So let's do that. So let's turn on the motorcycle. Wait for it to do its thing. So what you'll notice is it's going to ask you to pair a Bluetooth headset. So you want to make sure you click on pair a Bluetooth headset, add a device. And once you add the device, you need to make sure that your Cardo headset is in pairing mode. So let's make sure that the Cardo headset is in pairing mode by pressing these two buttons. Power it on. And then we're going to hold down this button here.
Crash detection not available. Phone pairing.
And you'll notice these two red and blue buttons flashing saying phone is pairing. And now we're ready to pair the headset with the motorcycle. Again, we're pairing the headset with the motorcycle, not with the phone, which is how you usually do it with other motorcycles that don't have Apple CarPlay, for example. So the next thing that's really important is to make sure that your Cardo headset is not paired with your phone. And just double click that by going into your Bluetooth settings. And you can see that in my case it's not, but it is connected to the software on my Africa Twin. So again, the Cardo device and your phone must be paired with the Africa Twin.
Crash detection not available.
Okay everyone, I hope you're still with me. Next comes the next piece, which is somewhat the most important piece, and that is the order in which you now turn on the bike and then turn on your Cardo device. If you don't get the order right, sometimes it gets confused again. So let's get to it. So let's turn on the motorcycle. Wait for it to do its thing. Now that the motorcycle is on, press the usual OK. And the next thing we have to do is we have to turn on our Cardo headset. So here's my Cardo headset. I'm going to turn it on. And then I'm going to plug the phone back in. And now that this is plugged in, you'll notice it says CarPlay connected. And it's pretty simple. If I want to now engage in CarPlay, it's as easy as me, again, holding down this key here and selecting Apple CarPlay. And there I have it. I'm good to go. Okay, so that's a bit of a palaver, as we say back home in New Zealand. Kind of a bummer because the bike's so great, but it's just way too complicated. Anyway, once you've gone through this, everything works really great. And, you know, you're good. But, yeah, the overall switchgear takes some getting used to. And I've done 600 miles on the bike now. And honestly, I'm still confused every time I use it, but I'm sure it'll get easier. I mean, the pluses really outweigh the minuses on this motorcycle, but this CarPlay setup, again, I feel like the automobile manufacturers are kind of a couple of generations ahead of the motorcycle manufacturers that are doing this. And to my knowledge, Honda's the only one that supports CarPlay. So I hope this is useful. See you later.